All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join me today and every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Monday, April 25th, 2022, here on the G.A.R Capital YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining again. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, click on that white logo. Turn notifications so you don't miss the video like we posted last week regarding a stock options bootcamp, kind of going over the basics of what I usually talk about on a daily basis: S&P futures, VIX, the dollar, all that good stuff. Feel free to take a look at that video when you get a shot. Let's go and rock and roll. The Dow is down 121 points. It's off its lows this morning. Nasdaq down 0.40. S&P futures down 0.42. Russell 2000 futures down 0.68%. Crude oil 97.54 a barrel. That is below 100. It is down 4.44%. Russell gasoline futures down 3.53%. Gold is down 2%, 18.95 an ounce. Silver down 2.78 after boosting last couple of weeks. Euro dollar down 56 pips, 107.39. Dollar yen 128.24 down 38 pips. Bitcoin is now below 39,000, 38,755, down 1.76 on the future side, 28.56 for Ethereum. I'm still holding crypto, still buy some every week. Nothing has changed there. Yields, nice to see that they're going down, down 84 basis points on TNX. So far, it looks like it is rejecting that 3% level so far. The dollar index is up 0.38%, 101.60. So that's where it gets interesting. The dollar index hurting the markets. You can see here as we start getting closer to that resistance of 102.79. So let's place an alert, 102.97. Let me see if I can place an alert there. So when it breaks, I know we'll go to 102.88. That's the highest it's been. Well, what I could see is the past, 5 years. I don't have anything longer than that. Really, the three year. So in the last 5 years or so, 10 years, this has been the highest. One of the highest levels has been for the dollar index. I still have some SPY puts with the team. They are the 430 puts for today's expiry. The runner was 167%. We also had 445 puts on Friday for Friday expiry on SPY, and that thing absolutely roared. One thing I want to just say, I want to kick myself. I had the Twitter 50 calls, 50 strike for last week. That was my UOA. And now it wants to hit 51. I can't believe it. See, even sometimes when you're right, you're wrong. And sometimes it just happens that way. I mean, you have the analysis right, and then what happens? It actually freaking comes. But that sucks, but you got to move on. You got to have a short-term memory span for trading options. Let's take a look at S&P futures. What's important? What are we looking at? Okay, so right now we are near 42.52. That's big time support. We did break below it overnight. Again, I didn't trade futures off this. Again, obviously due to low volume, but usually overnight. But we had a nice big volume spike yesterday, Friday. That was the big move in here. Since we just opened, you can see the volume a little lower. But again, 42.52 is big support here. So again, if we break this cleanly, start breaking down below this 42.18 level, you can pretty much you don't have to just hit puts and short the market all the way down to 41.01. That's your next level. That's the Russian invasion of Ukraine lows. We may just retest that. Let's take a look at Nasdaq together. Nasdaq has again, there's no really support there. This is more of a open interest thing, so there's no support level there. Really, next support level is around 13,025. So again, if you start getting below this level here, which is the wick low of 13,184, maybe we get a little more of a sell-off today, then you can start looking at 13,025. If you're not a futures trader, you can take a look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq, same deal. We're at 323.76. I'll place an alert there, 323.75. I'll place that level there, and then I can hit the 315 or the 320 puts this week. Let's see if we can catch that, if we get that break. Let's take a look at Twitter. Twitter, my God, I can't believe it. Closed at 48.49 on Friday. I had the 50 strike. I can't believe it. See, I even have my alert. So there you go. Really, the resistance level seems to be about 52.90. I wouldn't want to touch this name as we go along. Let's take a look at the VIX. I think we're going to get a bounce early this morning. We'll get a nice little bounce, and then we'll probably sink further. There is a gap to fill right around 28.29, 28.30. So keep an eye on VIX. Those gaps usually do fill. So I wouldn't want to do anything right in the morning. I think we're going to get a little more weakness. If you're looking to trade SPY, again, as long as you stay below 45.40, 425.40, it should be good for a short. Again, if we get below 421.17, that's your wick low, your overnight low. If you start breaking that, then you can start shorting possibly down to 418 or so. If we go ahead and go to the daily, you can start going to 420 puts if you wanted to. You'll be at 423, 422 or so. So the 420s are probably going to get the one with the most volume this week for those who are playing puts. Let's go and answer some questions. Good morning. Thoughts on Apple this week? We do have earnings this week, so be very careful. The Apple is on Thursday. Would I trade any options on it? No. Would I trade any calls on it? No. The only thing would be if we get like a run up into earnings or a sell off into earnings. So 116.19, 16.90 right now pre-market. Really the level is 158.98. That's your target. So we're what, about $2 away. So not really worth it for a put. For calls, you need to go above 162.65, and those premiums are going to be juiced. So I would skip Apple this week. Let's take a look at SPY calls. SPY is still short, guys. Unless you get above 425.42, maybe. But until then, it is still short. But again, 425.42 is your call side. Nvidia and AMD, I still love both stocks. I still own both. They're great semiconductor names. AMD, I believe, reports this week. So I'll keep an eye on that. Let's see. They should report this week when we get the date. AMD earnings will be Feb. Let's see. AMD reports on May 3rd. So that'll probably be next week. So they do not report this week. So AMD, you could trade without any issues of having earnings. AMD has been terrible lately. Let's take a look at the daily. Again, now you're starting to get into levels where, you're hitting to the point now we're at 192. So I would say here at around 187.56, that's a good level to start shorting again, buying some puts. If we do bounce, then that's one thing because you do have a gap to fill at 229 on Nvidia. So Nvidia, there's no earnings this week, but 187.56 seems to be next. I did buy a couple of more shares of Nvidia last week. Let's take a look at AMD. AMD, kind of the same deal. 84.69 is your next level to break. Microsoft does report this week. I think Microsoft has a great quarter. They're a great company. Again, I really don't know more than just you yourself. 270 is my support. If that starts breaking, 260 puts are next. Looks like we may have some weakness, guys. Take a look at S&P. I mean, really, until you start getting above 43.95, the 50-day, we could start maybe possibly having a conversation of a bounce. But right now, you're stuck in the range of a downward trend. So there really isn't any calls to do unless we start getting some bounce here. So again, more than likely, we're just going to get a fall to 42.18. We may even test 4,200, if not high 4,100s. Really, it's all about yield. It's all about inflation right now. And we need to see if earnings. Tesla did its part. Netflix sucked. I expect Meta to have some struggles. I think Google kills it. I think Microsoft kills it. I think Apple kills it. Amazon will be some sideways due to cost of inflation. That's basically what I expect. So a rip down at the open for Nasdaq and SPY or a bounce up. I think you'll get a little bit of a bounce today or tomorrow, and then you sell that. Unless you start getting above 4,400 S&P, you don't do anything to go long, really. Even if we're at 42.52 support, it's just not worth it. I think it's a sell the rip environment for a trader. Every day is a new market, and Friday was pretty ugly, guys. So you have to just play it as you see. Basically, the market is telling you right now it is a short market. You have to short if you want to make money, unless you're buying the dip in terms of buying stock opportunities. I did buy some wrong. So off the lows meaning it's coming up. Yes, off the lows meaning it's off the lowest level it's been in a recent level wherever you're deciding, whether it's the day or the week. But off its lows means it did bounce. Off its highs means it fell from their highs, and so on and so forth. But that's where we are this week, guys. Again, just play it carefully. It's a full week, not like you have a short week or anything. Use proper risk management as always. I don't have a carryover for this week that's expiring, so that's good. Other than SPY runners, which I'm on right now. So let's see what we get in terms of the market today. Have a great rest of your morning. We'll catch you guys later for the aftermarket recap. If you like these videos and you like watching them every day, make sure to hit that like button for me. Really do appreciate it as always. Have a great rest of your morning. We'll catch you guys later today.